We got rid of that haunting in Arlington.
It sleeps once again.
Excellent work. We've much... Good day, child of the stone.
You know about that?
Forgive me. I thought it a common appellation for the Dwarven people.
Oh, right. Everything down here is so... formal.
You return. Farewell.
Everything's calm. Looks like the candles worked.
Rook, hello. Thank you again for coming. My duties include tending to these rites of remembrance. Excellent. Manfred found his way down. Very good, Manfred.
He sounds excited.
I thought we'd start the rites here. A tableau of the dead, commissioned 173 years ago. These lives were flickers against the ages, precious, fragile, and finite. Now they serve as a warning. Don't linger overlong in the gloom. Live with grace and fervor while you may.
It's like being in a very, very specialized museum.
Yes, but the purpose of the tableau...
Wait, did one just move?
That one's livelier. Here. Who were you when you breathed above?
This body was a tailor's, a mother's. She laughed and taught and wove the robes kings wore when they were crowned.
Tja. Someone must realign her thoracic vertebrae. I hope the novices are inspecting the displays.
Seems disrespectful to abandon something you built.
Precisely. No wonder there's been an uptick in hauntings.
Wait, what?
Let's continue.
So what now?
We light candles in remembrance of the dead. Would you care to light the candle, Rook? Look at this. The last tomb of the Tannhausens, a very influential family in the Storm Age.
We broke the bones of dragons.
A posthumous motto. Their last heir met his match against a Highland Ravager.
Death by dragon? I'm surprised there was enough to bury.
Do you know, I never expected that the door we found back in the Vault of the Beloved would lead here.
So the necropolis actually shuffles its rooms around?
From time to time. Very unlikely to happen while we're inside a chamber. Could you light the next candle? Aha! One of my favorite flowers! A variegated weeping widower.
You know your plants.
Alchemy is my hobby. It's a break from teaching spirit calling and theoretical applied metaphysics.
Right. Just on the side.
This way, Rook.
You were right about the gardens being peaceful.
The necropolis has its dangers, but these places are a
Examining the graves?
You'll need to light these candles as well. Open your hearts to the final day, companion of all the ages. I was pleasantly surprised by your respect for our undead tableau earlier, Rook. I'm beginning to think people outside Navarra find the necropolis a little unnerving.
Well, veil jumpers appreciate the importance of history.
The spirits gather. Only a few more candles. Follow me. Ah, look here.
Hi? Should I say hi?
It's curious about you. We're also enjoying the gardens, but we've one last ritual ahead. On your way, my friend.
Spirits really are your specialty.
I've always had a rapport with them. Even as a child, they were my companions.
After you started training here?
After I was orphaned.
Oh,
A collapsed building, swift deaths. After the funeral, the Watchers took me in.
belated condolences, if that's worth anything.
Always. We move on, as we must, but those long nights linger about the shadows.
How did you deal with it?
I didn't. When I first arrived here, I was terrified.
And you still join the Watchers?
They're what saved me. Come, the next set of graves lies ahead. Please, light the next candles if you would. There's much to recommend about the rhythm of a ceremony. It eases our worst hours. As a boy, the Watcher's rituals were exactly what I needed to steady my days with purpose.
And some death magic?
Well, every young mage needs a speciality. All this pageantry, this magnificent gloom and its rites. I ask you, Rook, what is it for?
It's gotta be the living, right?
Yes, exactly, exactly. This place is an abundance of history, of magic, of memories. The Watchers preserve it so the living may draw comfort from those who've gone before. We must get to the candle, please, Manfred.
You told Harding that Manfred used to be a wisp until you gave him a body.
Yes, he's taken so well to it. Haven't you, Manfred? Here are the last candles you'll need to light. Once you're ready, we'll need to ring the bell. Let the rites be acknowledged. Our bonds seen and sealed. We honor the listening spirits.
Hail from the abyss.
We witness, good watcher, faith kept in all our hearts.
What was,
The necropolis hosts many spirits. We thank these guardians for their protection and friendship. We'll need to ring the bell once more to close out the departing ceremony.
So, you were really afraid of this place as a child?
It wasn't the necropolis itself, but what was draped around it. Have you ever been frightened by the thought of dying, Rook?
Hasn't everyone from time to time?
When I was younger, it happened more often than that. That's when I discovered I possess a great terror of dying. It goes beyond dread. Can't be reasoned with or soothed over. It comes without warning. In the dead of night, in sunlit streets, a raw, strangling fear struck somewhere deep past the heart.
That's an issue for a necromancer.
Oddly, I discovered I wasn't alone. I debated this fear with friends. I argued with teachers. Yet, it lingered. Manfred's right. That's maudlin enough. There are struggles, but a watcher should always find peace amongst the graves. And what sort of host would I be if we didn't end with some light refreshment?
We're having tea. Here. By the dead.
Tranquility itself. Oh, if you prefer your tea sweet, Manfred loves using the sugar tongs.
Во время проведения обрядов в некрополе Эмрик признался, что его всегда страшила мысль о собственной смерти, однако ритуалы подарили ему покой и решимость противостоять угрозам, что встречаются в мире. Неварская народная сказка. Посещение. Пилара, вот копия той неварской народной сказки, которая вас так заинтересовала. В детстве я несколько раз слышал ее у костра, Эмрик. Много сотен лет назад жил один дух. Он желал увидеть мир, в котором обитали люди. Его сородичи пытались отговорить его, утверждая, что его не будет ждать радушный прием, но решительный дух все равно отправился в мир людей, чтобы увидеть его своими глазами. Сначала он посетил королевство на юге, где увидел людей, скорбящих у погребального костра. Они закричали: «Мы знаем, кто ты, похититель жизни, тела мира». Они спрятались, и, не встретив радушия, дух ушел. Затем он посетил королевство на севере, где увидел людей, скорбящих у пылающих дрог. Они закричали: «Мы знаем, кто ты, истребитель богатства, славы, скота и слуг». Они использовали магию, чтобы изгнать его, и дух ушел. Затем он посетил королевство Срединных земель и увидел людей, скорбящих у могилы. Заметив духа, они закричали: «Мы знаем, кто ты, вестник знаний, проводник наших мертвых». И они устроили пир в его честь, и дух остался на ночь. Когда дух вернулся к своим сородичам, он рассказал им о теплом приеме в Срединном королевстве. Тогда и другие духи отправились туда, и жители почтили их, пригласив их в тела своих усопших. Благодаря помощи духов королевство стало процветать. Так сказывали в старину, и мы помним это по сей день. Письмо от Мирной об обнаружении садов. Уважаемый профессор Волкариан, благодарю вас за весточку. Какая удача, что вам удалось найти новое местоположение садов памяти. Мы опасались, что следующие поминальные дни придется проводить у погребальных пирамид, которые, к нашему сожалению, все еще остаются безнадежно проклятыми. Я порекомендовала провести их омовение до следующего равноденствия. С сожалением сообщаю вам, что базальтовый склеп пропал. Его резкое исчезновение не похоже на обычную перестановку в некрополе. Мы сообщим вам, если нам удастся его обнаружить. Искренне ваша дозорная Мирна, хранительница печатей.
Does it bother you staying in Solus's old hideout?
It is what it is. And maybe we can learn something. You?
It doesn't. That's the problem. Shouldn't it?
Безжизненный ламповый голем. Ламповый голем из Стивентера, которого подобрал какой-то некромант во время отдыха. Зачарование уже развеялось, но, возможно, его хранили из сентиментальных побуждений. Долг дозорных. Немногие за пределами Невары знают, что хоть термин «морталитаси» используется по отношению ко всем некромантам нашего королевства, все мы состоим в различных орденах и обществах. Лишь дозор скорби обладает привилегией следить за большим некрополем. Мы готовы сражаться даже за гранью смерти, чтобы выполнить свои обязательства перед мертвыми. Поэтому я был так потрясен, когда услышал вопрос Неф. Так что же здесь происходит в течение дня? Погребение и обеспечение сохранности мертвых целого королевства – это колоссальный труд. Неужели она считает, что мы часами бездельничаем? Возможно, Неф представляла, что мы занимаемся чем-то зловещим. Я заметил, что наш детектив из Стивентера подолгу вглядывается в тени. Выдержка из дневника Эмрика.
Sorry, but we can't do that right now.
Хасинская статуэтка. Однажды в дозоре скорби приютили изгнанного хасинского шамана, которого храмовники обвинили в одержимости. Он подарил некромантам это сокровище от имени своего невидимого спутника.
This doesn't look like wine.
Надпись на надгробии всегда в наших сердцах. Надпись на колоколе. Первые звезды сияют на небе. На сердце уставшая давит тоска. Стынут жилы от хватки прожитых лет, хоть и пляшет в камине искра. Надпись на колоколе. Смеются инцы в полуденной тени, выражаясь, сжимая крепко в руках первый короткий поцелуй любви, цветы лилий в зеленых лугах. Свет заиграл на песке в бушине, краски неба от тьмы пробуждает, в залах залытых слышен стрекот жуков, в полях пастухи овец выгоняют. Свидетель бесконечности. Смерти новый цветок распустился. Золото свет в погребальных шелках. После твоего второго рождения вечный огонь засияет в глазах. Небрежно нацарапанная записка. Очередная неудача. Все ростки увядают, когда я пытаюсь посадить их над некрополем. Как-то за эти века мы создали почву, где произрастают растения, для которых губительно солнце. Как жаль, было бы здорово, если бы в моем скромном саду росли лунные лилии.
Sorry, but we can't do that right now. What do we have here?
Полы тьмы перед рассветом, мрачная пропасть вечного сна. На дне пучины нет движений, в разуме лишь слышна тишина.
It's a meditative puzzle on the echoes of our actions.
You know the solution?
It needs to be discovered if it's to have any meaning.
All right.
Straight away.
Let's try this again.
Certainly. Allow me. Of course.
this, Emmerich?
Happy to help.
That opened up something.
Вестник «Распутная вдова», выпуск номер 2. На удивление, изысканный ежеквартальный вестник сомнительного характера. «Распутная вдова» приветствует не особо воздерживающихся за чтением смертельного рвения. Весьма оригинальной и дерзкой некромантической истории. Завесы буквально трещат по швам, и главное не то, чем герои занимаются, а как они кончат. «Распутная вдова» – издание для благородных мыслями и скорых на поступки. Мнение самой леди. К концу книги сюжет становится немного предсказуемым, но если есть нужное настроение, то почему бы и нет? От шока трепещут 3 платочка из 5. Урна для органов. Для неварцев, которые хотят взять с собой все, в этой урне можно хранить сердце, желудок, мозг и другие важные органы.
Are all curiosity wisps as friendly as Manfred?
Yes, indeed. But there is some danger if they become more sophisticated. There's the curiosity that leads one over a hill, and the curiosity that kindles a house fire.
Is that where demons come from?
Only one of their many origins, I'm afraid. Just a casual inquiry.
Mother? Haven't seen you for... Won't forget. By the fireplace. You too. Love you.
О жуках. В некрополе были символы, изображающие каких-то насекомых. Некромант сказал, что это дань уважения смиреннейшим из созданий, используемых в наших похоронных обрядах. Оказывается, давным-давно один неварец нашел жуков, которые съедают плоть у мертвецов. Остается один скелет. Это все равно дичь, но уж лучше без кожи, чем с кожей. Еще Эмрик сказал, что дозорные за годы существования вывели несколько потрясающих подвидов. Пусть эти жуки дальше некрополя не вылазят, у нас в Ривейне и так дичи хватает. Из записки, написанной почерком Таш.
I can assist. This one keeps its memories yet.
Миниатюрная Сампек. Это с заботой выращенное миниатюрное деревце напоминает кому-то о поверхности, пока его владелец проводит свою жизнь среди мертвых головов под землей. Да, привет, привет.
So many rooms. What's following? What are you? Stay away! They're gone. House is safe.
I got some real plants for the conservatory. Should I go slow introducing them to the fade plants? Keep them on opposite sides of the room for a bit?
But why?
That's how you do it with cats.
I can't help but feel I should better explain the situation.
Let's see if the plants like each other first.
But they're not... Oh, you're incorrigible.
Intrusion.
What's wrong? Is it the undead we've been fighting?
Corruption seeps in, Dweller. It overflows here. Staunch it.
That's a problem.
Time to finish it.
Another of those blooded fade tears.
We'll close this one too, but let's stay on our guard.
Did your gods give you that throne? Get up and fight!
Записки пропавшего странника. Оставлю это, чтобы отметить свой путь. Я хожу кругами по этому проклятому месту. Моя лодка прибилась к берегу, и теперь я прохожу к ней раз за разом. Думаю, стражи Волка считают, что мне запрещено здесь появляться. Но Зибенкек вернулась. Гаксанг тоже. Бесформенная, кто знает. Какой-то лес в тени не сломит меня. Я вернусь, это мое решение. Такова моя природа. Им.
Credit there.
Another of those blooded fade tears.
We'll close this one too, but let's stay on our guard.
Did your gods give you that throne? Get up and fight! Here it comes!
itself, just like the last one.
That means it's weakening the Fade Tear. Stay on it!
Got it!
That should weaken it.
Our children
There, it's healing again, and the tear's getting weaker.
Got it covered.
Ready again!
Got us at range. Watch it.
Rook's in trouble!
in darkness long lamented.
Got through that.
The Fade Tear and the Revenants are both gone, and the Revenant left its essence behind, like before. These Revenants aren't just undead, there's something more.
Regret.
Every one of these gets us a little farther.
Dweller, corruption seeps in.
Another Revenant.
The ever nearest gnaw the roots, their teeth, his regrets. Destroy what rises.
That explains the bones.
All right, that goes to you.
Didn't even know what hit him!
The Revenant's awake. This one's even stronger.
My doctor. Doctor.
Мастер ремесел. Театральная маска Джуна. В повествовании он олицетворяет способ, инструменты, которые помогают удовлетворить потребности или преодолеть препятствия. Его воля кроется в действиях других.
Unavenged!
Get out of there!
What? It's drawing power from the Fate Tear.
Its wounds are closing. Now it's your turn.
A wisp of what was! Just end!
Another setup. Rest.
The sun snuffed out!
Range incoming!
We're on fire. Look out. Bad.
Finish it! I'm almost there!
It's gone. And the Fate Tear too. That'll slow down the gods' plans. At least on this island. Another Fate Tear closed, another Revenant destroyed, another essence gained. That makes 3 essences. We should start looking for somewhere to use them. More essence.
Слишком глубоко. Не следовало мне пользоваться зеркалом, когда солнце странно светило. Свет был неправильным, и он испортил магию. Теперь мне кажется, будто я на глубинных тропах. Вот только что-то здесь неладно. Лириум в рюкзаке странно реагирует. Проклятие, я же гномка с поверхности. Мне тут не место. Где бы я сейчас ни была, я обязательно выберусь отсюда и проживу долгую и счастливую жизнь, как и должна Бредона Китрока.
must be why the Revenants were raised, to keep that door sealed. Time to see what the gods are hiding in there. Light up ahead?
Госпожа Удача. Театральная маска Андруил. В повествовании она олицетворяет цель. Андруил дает силу ясности, но при этом неспособность распознать обман. Кровь и сила, пощади нас, когда мы станем твоей добычей.
More blight. There's no end to it.
You can feel it down there. Ready?
Here goes nothing.
Eyes up. Weapons ready. There. It's been feeding on the blight. Destroy it before the...
Спасибо, но нет. Спасибо, но нет.
Get the new supplies, will ya?
Yep.
You've done a lot for the city. Let's see if I can return the favor. Till next time.
You know the funny thing? Skyhold, the Inquisition fortress, was another of Solus's old hideouts. It's like he owns property all over Thedas.
Being alive before the rest of the world has its perks.
Do not touch the treasure.
Look after your swords, and they'll look after you.
Eyes open.
Something sealed past here.
The magic is strange.
Got him good, Brooke.
With all my regards. Oh, but I don't want them to think me homesick.
Hi, Emmerich.
Rook, hello. Just composing a few letters. The other Watchers have been most interested in our adventures.
So, I've heard people call necromancers mortalitasi. What's the difference between them and the Mornwatch?
Oh, all Navaran necromancers are mortalitasi. The Watchers are a special order within them.
Very fancy.
We've certain privileges and attendant responsibilities.
What's the Mornwatch do?
Our first duty is safekeeping the Grand Necropolis and preparing the funerary dead. Another is stopping misuse of dark magic and necromancy.
Must keep you busy.
Not often, but on occasion.
What's the Grand Necropolis like?
Its majesty has stilled the tongues of kings and queens. It's a haven for spirits and the dead, a vast well of history, the duty and shelter of every Watcher. We who serve it are pledged to an eternal vigil.
What do Watchers, watch for?
There are stranger and more dangerous things than spirits in the Fade Rook. The Watchers stand against them when their shadows rise.
Anything lately?
A few portents I cannot put down solely to the chaos of the elven gods, but nothing definitive. Perhaps only shivers in the void.
I couldn't help overhearing the word homesick.
Oh, I'm fine. Completely absorbed in our venture. But if I were home, I'd be preparing for new students or requests to speak to the dead.
You didn't stop teaching just to be with us, did you?
I'm long overdue for a sabbatical. Besides, do you know how many students the faculty wanted in my class next season? 10! How's one meant to tailor separate lessons for 10 pupils at a time? Honestly.
Can people just ask you to show up for some corpse whispering?
Oh, nothing official. There are very few of us, but we help here and there. Questioning a victim of murder, clearing up disputed wills, and sometimes fetching back last words from a loved one.
You can get anything out of the dead and they just let you leave Navarra?
My gift has limitations. The dead only know what they did in life. What was clear under the sun is sometimes blurred when I revive them.
Makes sense.
Honestly, some conversations aren't worth the trouble. Death encourages obstinacy.
Good to chat. I'll let you get back to your letter.
Before you go, I wanted to thank you for your company in the Memorial Gardens. There's another ceremony I have to perform there. If you'd like to visit again. Not yet, but soon.
If you need me to keep an eye out, just ask.
It's a perfectly safe ceremony by the graves. You'll see. Until later.
Великий переход. Так странно просыпаться и осознавать, что я больше не должен готовиться к занятиям. Мои последние выпускники хорошо обучены и подготовлены. По крайней мере, я очень на это надеюсь. Эдвин или Эларимир послали письма, как приятно, что бывшие ученики вспоминают обо мне. После переезда на маяк я часто вспоминаю первый вопрос, который задают мне многие студенты. А правда ли, что когда кто-то умирает, на его место в мир смертных приходит дух? Как же они удивляются, когда узнают, что это чисто неварское поверье. Для ответа на вопрос я призываю доброго духа. Это одно из моих любимейших практических демонстраций. А как радуются новые ученики? Они быстро понимают, что подобное невозможно. Большинству духов сложно постичь само понятие количества, не говоря уже о цифрах. Никто, ни смертные, ни какие-либо другие сущности, не знает, как сосчитать всех людей в нашем мире и всех духов тени. И все же, пока я не могу отбросить идею о неком непостижимом обмене между рожденными в тени духами и душами смертных. Эта легенда существует со времен основания Невары. И если я хоть чему-то научился, так это тому, что тень куда более запутанная, чем представляют ее даже сотрудники Некрополя. Дневник Эмрика. Запрещенная литература. Меня попросили вновь высказать свое мнение по поводу текстов, предложенных для включения в наш список запрещенных фолиантов и свитков. А мне так казалось, что до этого времени года еще далеко. Что ж, давайте взглянем на список. «Свет заря» за авторством Люмьера Батле. Сообщается об обнаружении одной новой страницы. Мы давно сбились со счета художников, нашедших утерянные страницы пьесы Бартле. И все же, если она действительно как-то связана с последним королем, нам лучше действовать осторожно. Рекомендую поместить страницу под замок и держать там, пока мы не установим ее происхождение. Магия алых змеев. Автор неизвестен. Пособие по использованию магии крови. Горячо любимой запретной практики тивентерсов. Настолько простое, что даже опасное. Бедная Нэп, ей приходится бороться с этим каждую неделю. Пусть книга остается доступна лишь старшим дозорным, но исключительно для обучения в распознании магии крови и защиты от нее. Нифес. Автор неизвестен. Текст висячен на каменных табличках. Разумеется, я не стал указывать название полностью. Я бы многое отдал, лишь бы выследить злой дух, что нашептывает эти писания. Мы обнаружили вот уже 5-й экземпляр. Запрещено во избежание распространения. Боюсь, нам нужно подумать, возможно ли выманить истинного автора посредством уничтожения табличек. Распутная вдова. Собрание рецензий на книги. Издание с золотым тиснением для истинных коллекционеров. Это просто нелепо. Сфера деятельности дозора скорби ограничивается мертвыми. Мы не занимаемся искоренением безобидных пороков живых существ. Кроме того, у меня возникли вопросы к тому, кто внес этот вестник на обсуждение. Роктаж. Даврину. Рог сломался во время моего первого задания в составе повелителей. Мы пошли на гамарданского буригона, напали на нее во время урагана, когда она пыталась разнести маленькую рыбацкую деревушку. Мне пришлось использовать свои топоры, чтобы забраться ей на спину, иначе с гробовыми драконицами нельзя, рискуешь поджариться в луже. Жителей деревни удалось спасти, но вот Рог сломался, когда она впечатала меня в скалу. Как по мне, уже лучше Рог, чем голова. Белари. Это завесный кварт, он очень крепкий и обладает нужным для баланса весом. Мне достался огромный кусок в качестве доли за охоту на буригона. Оружейник-повелитель подпиливает его каждый раз, когда мой собственный рог отрастает. Нет, я не знаю, что такое гармонический резонанс. Нет, он никогда не стрелял молниями.
Hey, glad you stopped by. I was gonna grab drinks with the Lords of Fortune at the Hilt. Come along if you want. Get to know the Lords.
Sounds good.
Lucanus, if you lose control of Spite, I'll have to put you both down. No hard feelings.
Good. But you should know, all the people who ever tried to kill me are dead.
Tosh will have my back. You can't handle both of us.
I once killed half a dozen Venatori while stuck inside an elevator. I'll take my chances.
You've met Strife in Ireland before, right?
Varric and I did. We passed through Arlothan Forest while we were searching for Solace. Strife and Ireland helped us navigate the Fade.
Oh, I heard about that. Spatial anomalies and time loops. I wish I could have seen it.
Varric hated it so much, being outdoors and all. And when the outdoors is upside down and lost in time and you're harassed by spirits wearing your face,
Well... Oh, that would be a nightmare for anyone, I think.
Offer, dweller. I will answer.
You seem at home here. Or is it a front? You know something I don't? So much for a straight answer.
Nev, you don't strike me as an animal person. Besides cats, maybe.
Oh, I'm not. Back home, you find a creature bigger than a cat, and it's probably half demonic. Damned if a third of the cats aren't either.
That's nothing like you, is it, Hassan? You might be fluff all the way through. It was a compliment.
Of all the nonsense we've run into, you're what's strange.
Hassan? Really?
There's been a god or two I didn't expect. But bad mages trying to make the world worse, that's not new. I had an uncle who went on about wardens and griffins. Loved the feathered things. They were always the heroes. If we're getting bedtime stories turned real, having griffins in the world again, it's not the one I'd have bet on.
Were you close with your uncle?
I didn't see him much, but yeah, we were. There aren't a lot of mages in my family, and in a city like Minrathous, it always matters. I learned quick who wanted to use me to step up the social ladder. My uncle wasn't one of them. He'd have talked your ear right off, Hassan.
You know, you're sweet with him?
Aren't I always?
I walked into that.
Sing your praises and you still want something? I'll find you a treat if you don't tell Davrin. Have we got a deal?
Hey, Hassan, between you and me, I think I like her. A lot. Yeah.
Listen up. If Davrin finds crumbs, Rook takes the fall.
Falling. On it.
nothing but top shelf stuff over here.
Обычный горшок. На вид это обычный горшок из Ривейна. Приготовленная в нем еда почему-то всегда навевает воспоминания о счастливом и сытом обеде из детства.
Hey, punch an on Tom for me.
One thing bothers me about what you said before. You think that a mage might flee the Qun to have a better life in Chantula?
Find any good loot lately?
I saw the Hivernal flying by with my own eyes, big as the sky, and ready for the lords to come be heroes. We take it down, and the village nearby will eat like kings and love us for it. It had bright red and blue scales. They'll be worth a fortune, even beyond the Horde.
That's not a Hivernal. You saw a Kaltanzan. And she's acting normal. She's not one of the dragons blighted by the gods. Going after her would get us killed for no good reason.
I'm gonna have to side with the Lords of Fortune's resident dragon expert.
You sure you're not just scared, Tosh?
Fight it if you want. Tell us where to send your stuff after it kills you.
Aw, sorry, Cutter. Tosh gets final say. We leave the Kaltanzan alone.
You think I can't fight a dragon just because I don't breathe fire?
You can't fight a dragon because you don't know what you're doing.
Fine. You're the expert.
Well, that was awkward.
Not for me.
There's rumors of another dragon off to the west. Heard anything, Tosh?
Yeah. Not sure if it's blighted like the ones that attacked Minrathous and Treviso. But it's killing people in villages near Arlethan Forest. They need help.
Well, that's glory.
It's a fire breather. They always have lairs with a horde.
And there's gold. Tempted yet?
We might be able to spare the time for a dragon hunt.
Can't wait to see what you find. Now, has Tosh told you about fighting a Gamadon Stormrider in the middle of a typhoon?
Best time to catch him.
Oh, it was glorious, Rook. Hello there.
Need supplies?
Weapons, supplies, take a look. Got what you need?
Кости под ручьем, третий куплет. Текст андерфельской народной песни. Это Рагу, твоя жена, или твой милый среди сердцу дом. Стенали духи, когда Элла ушла, о костях, что под ручьем. Заметки по делам Неф, пропажа Зенны. Пара писем, оказавшихся среди заметок по делам Неф. Первая написана на обрывке листа, буквы сжаты и искажены, чтобы все уместилось. Уважаемая Неф Галас, у меня для вас дело. Приходите к звездной статуе. Буду там каждый день всю неделю. Лив. Второе письмо написано на более крупном листе бумаги и содержит несколько рисунков. Уважаемая Неф Галас, я сделала, как вы сказали, и почесала Зену за ушком. Она много виляла хвостом. Она говорит спасибо, что вы нашли ее, Лив. Ниже нарисована девочка, собака, луна, туча, три лодки, спираль, видимо изображающие магию, и очень высокий человек, кажется, Неф. Нормальная песня. Про кости под ручьем. Путники на лугу. И от последнего удара чудище наконец пало. Путники вздохнули с облегчением. Какой бы пугающей ни была ночь, их не покидала надежда, что они еще могут встретить рассвет. Вдруг тьму разрезал полный боли стон. Свет факела взметнулся и осветил Аренда. От вида крови у путника перехватило дыхание. Сестра Аренда, Эльке, опустилась на колени рядом с братом. «Не плачь», — сказал он. «Мы уже почти...» — начала была она, но Аренд покачал головой. Они уже давно шли к прекраснейшей капелле Андерфелса, чтобы посвятить себя служению святой Андрасты, но до столицы все еще оставалось много дней пути. Жизнь в глазах Аренда постепенно угасала. «Я хотел услышать, как поют песнь света», — промолвил он. «Так хотел». Эльке глубоко вздохнула, а затем запела. Это была не песнь света, слов которой она еще не знала, а песня, которую в детстве пела мать. Песня о вере и любви, идущая из самого сердца. Постепенно остальные паломники один за другим присоединились к пению Эльке. Вдруг среди тьмы появился свет, духи надежды. Несмотря на удивление, путники продолжили петь. Духи собрались вокруг Аренда, а один из них опустился на колени рядом с Эльке. Аренд и Эльке встретили грядущий рассвет, как и многие рассветы после этого. Они отправились в этот опасный путь, чтобы выучить песнь света, но песня матери навсегда осталась в их сердцах. Говорят, что на лугу близ Левендела цветы раскрываются перед самым рассветом, зная, что скоро наступит новый день. Местная легенда, записанная стражем Антуаном о заметках в Хозберских топях.
Better be ready.
Let's finish this.
Look for ya.
And another Fen'Harel altar.
сделанная с любовью чаша для краски. На чашу нанесен простой, слегка неровный узор. На верхней части небольшой скол. На дне вырезана надпись «С любовью, твое солнышко».
That goes to you. Well, back to our point.
Did we ever tell you about the time Varric and I had to wade through a sewer?
Let me guess. He hated it and wouldn't stop telling you how much.
Yup. And I would change it for the world.
Лазурь Андерфелса. Серые стражи одеваются в синее не просто так. Хоть они и разбросаны по всему миру, все стражи считают Андерфелс своим домом. Чтобы показать эту связь, они носят вещи, окрашенные в уникальный синий цвет Андерфелса.
I'm on. Right.
The blight. It snaked its way up the whole building.
Кольцо Стража Вора. В Ордене не судят по поступкам прошлого. Для посвящения главное желание сражаться. Стражи не ищут прощения, они отвечают на зов.
The wreck doesn't look new. Did the blight drag it up from somewhere? How much blight is under the water?
I found a book in the lighthouse about a demon on a ship. One by one, it ripped the entire crew to shreds while they all blamed each other. It was great. I read it twice.
You set up in the conservatory.
Oh, did you want to be there? I don't have to be there. I can go somewhere else.
I was just saying it suits you.
Oh. Oh, good.
I'm good where I am. Lots of wall space.
got it.
You should talk to some of the other occupation survivors.
You sound like air. Take time, feel the loss how you need. I wish I were a full-fledged crow. I'm just trapped here, doing nothing.
We've much to... Have you spoken yet to our visiting...
Prepare yourselves.
No, I know. It doesn't make any sense, but it works.
Wouldn't the connection to the lyrium cause...
The veil to rupture? Not if you're careful. Really, really careful.
Rook, good to see you. Bellara was telling me about one of the artifacts she calmed. Her manipulation of the Hylic spheres put some circle mages I know to shame.
Oh, that's so nice. Really?
Bellara, repairing the Illuvian network alone is worth a thesis.
Have you run into anything like it before?
Not at all. The principles are familiar, but the application, the finesse. Though admittedly, my interests lie more with the spirits. Look to Bellara for elven magic expertise.
You were here, what, 5 minutes, and you had that thing fixed?
And it's quite a complex mechanism.
Well, thank you.
That said, I've noticed you working at all hours on that artifact.
Really? I don't think it's all hours.
And you're either the first to wake, or you simply aren't sleeping some nights.
Thank you, Professor, but I'm fine. Mostly.
That was really reassuring until mostly.
In between the two? It's hard. I've never had a chance like this kind of access to knowledge. It's Solas's old home. I want to learn as much as I can.
And we've time to learn it. But in order to do that, you must take care of yourself.
That knowledge isn't going anywhere. Relax a little, get some rest. You'll feel better and work better.
Right. I'm not great at that. Relaxing, I mean, I think to myself, what if I do it wrong? Then it's 3 hours later and I'm even less relaxed than I was.
Perhaps I can help you.
With what? Relaxing?
Yes, I can teach you some breathing exercises, the ones we show initiates.
Oh, that's very nice, thank you.
Of course. We must look out for one another.
And thank you too, Rook.
Anytime.
Okay, I am going to relax right away. But first, I had another question.
I thought you might.
Совместные заметки в маяке. Белара, спасибо за ваши заметки. Вы узнали много потрясающего об этом артефактах. Об этих артефактах. Эмрик. Спасибо, профессор. Мне очень хотелось бы узнать побольше о самом маяке. Древние эльфы создали в тени множество мест, но здесь так спокойно. Вы правда думаете, что ему нравится наша компания, Белара? Да, это чувствуется потому, как эфирный поток покоряется пульсу маяка. Он защищает нас от сильных течений. Без него мы привлекли бы опасных созданий в тени. Эмрик. Неужели Солос сам построил это место? Сколько маяку лет? Так много загадок, Белара. Слово о загадках. Откуда взялось это пятно, Эмрик? Простите, я пролила кофе, когда сработал артефакт, Белара. Давайте возьмем новый лист, Эмрик. Дух маяка. Мне начинает казаться, что маяк живой. Я будто улавливаю сердцебиение, я бы так это назвала. Ритм, по которому все происходит и движется. Я спросила об этом профессора, и он рассказал о таком понятии, как Genius Loci, дух места. Духов притягивают эмоции, верно? А если с местом связано много эмоций, тогда оно притянет особенно сильного духа. И еще мне кажется, что как будто за нами наблюдают, но не в плохом смысле. Это скорее успокаивает, и это хорошо. Интересно, смогу ли я с ним поговорить? Не уверена, как это сделать. Спрошу об этом у профессора из дневника Белары.
The fires are lit.
Okay, that's enough. Quiet now. Fine. Who wants a treat?
Me. I want one.
Well, I don't have any.
Why'd you get my hopes up?
A little white lie to quell the riot.
Are you sure it's little to them? Yeah, Davrin. Where's my treat?
Come on, guys. Give me a break. Rook?
What are we all saying?
Well, it isn't be quiet.
Sorry. Oh, it's all I've got.
Wait, you can't just leave me with the...
Good luck with that.
Taking a walk?
Did you hear? Darkspawn in Darktown. If I'm not here tomorrow, they probably got me.
Who dies next? Latest chapter of Ophidian Hall. Read it now!
And now a dragon. What's happening to this city? I heard some people. I wish there was something I could do. What could you do anyway? Kill?
Why did Morrigan want to meet in Minrathous? Isn't she helping the Veil Jumpers in Arlathan?
Indeed. But today we have a guest, and she needed the anonymity that only a city provides.
Well, look who it is.
Good to see you, Lace.
Rook, you remember how Varric and I served the Inquisition? Well, this is Inquisitor Llewellyn, the woman who led us all.
Andaran Adashan.
Anathara. I wish we could be meeting without our gods threatening to blight the world.
A blight that spreads wider with each passing heartbeat.
Morrigan and Harding have told me about what you've accomplished since taking over for Varric. You've put together an impressive team, and you've got the best chance, maybe the only chance, to stop Elganon and Gillenane.
I won't let you down.
Don't worry about me. Worry about the people you've recruited, and about the people depending on you. I'm asking you to take down a pair of gods. You're not going to be able to do that if you're worried about my approval. But if you listen to your friends, and remember the people you're fighting for, you'll get through this.
We've got the makings of a good team, I think. We'll do our best.
And while you do so, Rook, the Inquisitor will do her best to ensure that the rest of the world remains intact. A daunting prospect, given that most of the South is under siege by Darkspawn.
It's that bad?
If not for the Inquisitor, the South would have collapsed completely. She has not been idle while you assembled your team.
If the South is in such turmoil, why come up here just to talk? And how did you get here so fast?
Did you think you were the only one to unlock the secrets of the Illuvians?
Morrigan helped the Inquisition use the Illuvians to travel.
While I lack the Dreadwolf's Viravus, I may still scurry between the walls of this world to be where I might do the most good. The Inquisitor asked to meet you, and I thought it might help you to meet her.
I thought the gods were mostly active up here. It's really that bad in the south?
Elganon and Gillenane have indeed restricted their activities to the north. But the forces they deployed to the south, the strange new Darkspawn, have spread fear and corruption greater than any blight in history.
We think their goal is to prevent the South from rallying to aid any war effort up here. It's working. The armies of the South have their hands full protecting their own cities. But some friends and I are doing what we can to rally them together. Again, the South is my problem, not yours, Rook. You stop the gods, and I'll make sure the rest of Thedas doesn't fall to the blight.
What I really need right now is information. If you have anyone who can help.
I'm sorry. The only reliable sources of information I have up here are Morrigan, Dorian, and Harding.
All of whom are already helping us. I understand.
The Inquisitor did not come all this way to leave you with empty words, however. She brought something no one else could.
A wolf statuette. We've found others like it in the crossroads. Where'd you find yours?
I found it right around the time Solus's ritual failed, when he was pulled into the Fade. We've examined the magic, and it's tied to the Veil. To him. Somehow.
Solus is ancient, and his magic is part of him in a way far beyond that of mortals. I suggest you take it to the crossroads and see if something in the lighthouse calls to it. Perhaps it will yield some insight into your new ally.
I appreciate it. Solus has been helpful while he's trapped in the Fade. But anything that can help me get inside his head will help counter him getting inside mine.
Wisely spoken. Solus rarely lies directly, but he finds ways to weave the truth into a noose you find yourself wearing.
Solus was important to me. If this statuette helps you understand him, if it uncovers something that... Honestly, I don't know. I wish I did. But this feels like a part of him. And whatever he and I once were, I think... I hope... it might help you.
We should go, Inquisitor. The armies in the south need you.
Right. Harding, stay sharp. You're my eyes in the north.
Always, Inquisitor.
Rook, good luck. If I come across anything else that can help, you'll be the first to know.
Thank you. We should take a break, head back to the lighthouse for a bit.
Rook, just got word. First Warden's calling everyone back to Weishaupt. Everyone except me, seems like. Guess the First Warden didn't like me joining your team.
Calling Wardens back from all over Thetis is a big step. Did he give any reason why?
Not exactly, but I've heard rumors of a massive Darkspawn horde on the move. Even hearing there's an archdemon with them.
We need to warn the Wardens. Let them know what's coming.
Agreed. Rook, if the gods have an archdemon, Warden lore says archdemons only show up during a blight. Doesn't say anything about elven gods. Seems like the rules have changed, and we're going in blind. We need to know what we're up against.
I'll talk to Solus. See if he knows anything about any of this. Make sure the others are ready to move. Any luck tracking down your mystery friend?
Orzammar has requested I stop harassing their citizens with my talk of dwarven magic.
Who cares what they say? That shouldn't stop you.
I don't have a choice. At least I know I'm not gonna find answers in Orzammar.
Ah, so what now?
I was thinking, the voice said look to those closest to the stone. What if she never meant Orzammar?
Huh?
There's another great Tig, the original capital of the dwarves, Kal Shirak. It was lost during the First Blight, and its people survived in isolation for hundreds of years. They re-emerged, some 20 years ago?
And you think they're closer to the stone?
Orzammar can't help. What have I got to lose?
Are you sure Orzammar isn't hiding something?
Pressing them for information would be tricky. I could anger someone important. If Kal Shirak doesn't turn out, I can go back to poking at Orzammar. But not before then.
I'm curious about Kal Shirak's isolation.
The dwarves took heavy losses during the First Blight. To stop the Darkspawn from overrunning them, they closed off passages in the deep roads. Those that could retreated to Orzammar. Kal Shirak was lost. They abandoned the city and its people, sealed them away with the Darkspawn.
There must have been another way. What they did was monstrous.
Can you imagine being trapped, knowing death was coming?
Ugh, but they didn't die. The rumors...
That the dwarves of Kal Shirak had to change to survive? No one's really sure what that means exactly.
When we find them, you can ask. How do we get in touch with these Kal Shirak dwarves?
Already working on it. You don't spend 10 years in the Inquisition without making contacts. I should have a meeting set up by the time we're ready to leave.
You cannot do this, Algernon. You swore that we would give up our commands when this horrific war was over.
Our people need our leadership. If you're unwilling, leave.
Our people must rebuild, and we must help unite them.
So, we did not fight for freedom, but to conquer this land and our own.
We fought to win, and now the Evenuris are as gods. I do not answer to Mythal's annoying lapdog.
The people are afraid. They must believe in something.
They need strength.
And wisdom.
They need gods who can protect them.
We are not gods. You will learn that.
Every lapdog hides a wolf inside.
That was strange. They were speaking Elven, but I understood it.
I believe we have experienced a memory in each of our native languages.
Not just any memory. One of the Dreadwolves.
And the mages who declared themselves my gods? Well, mine and Davrin's, and Rook's.
It's not every day you witness the start of a religion. I wonder if they're all this disappointing.
I wish they were monsters. Something grand and terrible. Seeing them like that, they're no better than Tevinter nobles.
But no worse, either. They were people. And people can let you down.
All right. What else can we take from this memory?
Elgranon was hungry for power. Did anything he could to get it, and to hold on to it.
Then Solus, furious at Elganon's installing himself as a despot, started his rebellion.
There's another moving part in this. Mythal. She was keeping the peace.
Mythal and Solus were close. The Inquisition found a temple to Mythal, and there were wolf statues everywhere.
Then she sides with Elgranon over him. A betrayal.
I think I get where Mythal is coming from.
Really?
You've just finished some big war. Everyone is exhausted, and now Elgranon won't give up power. If Mythal sided with Solus, would Elgranon have backed down?
Not a chance.
It would have led to another war. Mythal tried to keep the peace.
And Solus must see that, but still can't accept that she chose peaceful politics over his ideals.
Perhaps these murals aren't simply memories. They're what Solus wishes to forget.
His regrets. That means they're a way to learn his weak points.
Why are we worried about Solus? He's trapped.
Right. But the Dread Wolf was the god of trickery. He's looking for a way out. Bet on it.
Meanwhile, keep your eyes open in the crossroads. If there's a way to restore the rest of these murals, Solus would have kept it in his hideaway. It'd be nice to get inside his head for a change.
I was not certain you would come.
You were the one who walked away. I never turn my back when my friend needs me.
The Evanurus seek the magic of the Blight.
Impossible. The Blight is safely sealed away forever.
Though I wish I could believe you. I have sensed the breaking of the wards.
I will investigate your claims. If they forget the danger of the Blight, I will endeavor to remind them.
What if, instead, you left the Evanurus and remained with me? Do you not wish for freedom from this struggle?
Be at peace, love. I will stop them.
As you must. The Blight is our mistake.
Did Mythal call Solus love in that memory?
That's what it sounded like.
So they were doing it.
The elven gods were free with their emotions. They felt things deeply. The way they expressed things, well, it feels romantic to us, but that wasn't really how it was. Back then, I mean.
Nah, they were doing it.
Whether they were doing it or not, Solus cared about her. That's what matters.
So the Dread Wolf goes to Mythal. They might be fighting, but they have history.
And he warns her about the other gods using the Blight. That's more important than his rebellion. It's like kingdoms coming together when an archdemon rises.
Mythal didn't think it was possible. She said the Blight was sealed away. There's an old legend about it. Davrin, the one with Andrul's armor. Not sure it matters.
I've heard that story too. The armor of the void, right?
Yes, Andrul, the goddess of the hunt, put on armor made of something called the Void, and it drove her mad.
And the other gods were worried because she was doing horrible things.
Sounds like an elven god twisted by the corruption of the Blight.
Right. And then Mythal turned into a dragon and fought Andrul in a huge battle.
She what? Why didn't you start with that?
Anyway, she took Andrul's armor away, then Andrul's madness left, and peace returned.
Intriguing. So it's possible Andrul stumbled onto the magic of the Blight.
And when Andrul went mad, Mythal took it from her and locked it away.
Until someone started using it again.
Okay, Solus warns Mythal about the other gods using the Blight. It's not just bad, it's something bad he feels responsible for. The Blight was our mistake.
How is the Blight their mistake? Did they find it? Did they make it? What does that mean?
Whatever it was, it convinced Mythal to take him seriously.
So Mythal goes off to investigate what Solus says. Then, what? It's too clean.
Seems plenty messy with them doing it.
But this isn't just a memory. It's something Solus wanted to hide. What's the crime? What did we see here that he feels guilty about?
I think I might know. When the Inquisitor was saving the world from the breach, she met Mythal.
What? Like in a dream?
It was complicated. She helped the Inquisition. There was a magic pond and a dragon.
Nice.
The point is, she also said the other elven gods betrayed her, killed her.
Okay, sorry. Point of order. If they killed Mythal, how was she still around to help the Inquisition?
Elven god magic? She'd spent centuries gathering strength and sharing people's bodies, I think.
If it was a truly benign possession, that speaks to her character.
Solus tried to do the right thing by warning Mythal about the other gods using the Blight. But he got her killed.
Well, it's not just that she died.
What do you mean, Tosh?
It's... Ugh. There was stuff he wanted to tell her. But he waited too long. And then she was dead. He never got to make it right. That twists you up.
That's it. There's our crime.
Doesn't really tell us anything we can use, though.
We know more than we did. That's something.
Then I guess we keep our eyes open if we come across more of these memories.
You dare to try to cage us, jealous of our growing power!
You will pay the final price for this betrayal.
We warned you not to use the Blight. For this, and for Mythal, I sentence you to sleep in exile ever after. Your own lives will form the veil that keeps the horror you unleashed at bay.
So he locked the gods away and created a veil between this world and the Fade. I mean, they were terrible, no question. But what he did, it didn't just stop them. It destroyed our culture, our world.
It wasn't just to stop them. It was to stop the Blight. We've seen how bad Elganon and Gillenane are. Imagine all 7 corrupted gods running wild.
So he created the veil just to keep the elven gods locked in their prison?
Yes, to keep them from accessing the Fade, but was the creation of the veil around the world an accident?
You heard him yelling. That's not the sound of a ritual going right.
What do you think, Rook?
I think this memory is one we understand, at least. What he did makes sense. Him regretting it also makes sense.
I had another question, and I'm sorry, maybe this doesn't matter, but Solus trapped the blighted gods in an ancient elven building, right?
That's what it looks like. Maybe a palace? Fancier than what I've seen in Arlethan, at least.
And then, the Magisters were lured into the Fade. They broke in, which let the Blight escape, and turned the Golden City black.
Right, and the Black City hangs in the Fade, a little reminder of their mistakes. What's wrong, Lace?
It's just... the Chant of Light says that the Maker built for them the Golden City, the center of all creation. But if the Golden City was an ancient elven palace, then the Maker didn't build it. The elves did. The Chant of Light is Andraste's visions from the Maker, but it sounds like it's... wrong.
You're asking if we just disproved the entire Andrastian faith.
Did we?
I'm right there with you, Lace. I believe in the Maker. If it's all just ancient elven stuff and there's nothing else, that's a lot.
The Chant of Light has seen many iterations over the centuries. This may simply change our understanding of it.
I know, but that's a change to, well, everything we're supposed to believe in.
The Dalish clans are struggling with the same thing. What do we keep? What do we lose?
The elven gods, the Maker. No matter who you light a candle to, you've got some hard questions to ask yourself right now.
Doctrine is not the truth. It is one of many paths to the truth.
I recognize the sentiment, though not the specific quote. Who said that?
My mother.
Ah. Questions of faith aside, we have some very real gods that still need killing.
Looks like there are 3 more of these murals with the Dreadwolf's old memories. Wonder what else he's hiding.
You have so long observed the world. Why not consider joining it?
But I have no desire to live as humans. I have the Fade. Besides, this talk of taking on a solid form. I think you underestimate the danger. When you took the glowing stone to build your body, did the earth not shake?
Delirium gives us the strength we had when we were of the Fade. We are the best of physical and spirit. I need your wisdom, Solus. To withstand the louder voices who would go too far like Elganon. I need you.
This is madness. You must know that. I will always follow where you go.
What?
This is astounding. The ancient elves were spirits who voluntarily manifested a physical form.
I'd rather go back to talking about the Blight.
Hey, Lucanus. Could Spite turn into an elf?
No.
Sorry, but... what?
We hid the truth for as long as we could, but yes, Balara, Davrin, and I have secretly been spirits this whole time.
Not funny.
I don't know. Sounds like something a rage demon would say.
You're going to confuse Tosh.
What? I wasn't listening. There weren't any dragons in this one.
To be clear, this memory only shows that the first elves originated from spirits. You 3 are no more spirits than anyone else conceived naturally.
Conceived naturally? Guess I'll go ask my mother.
The knowledge that an entire people were formed from a mass manifestation could change our entire understanding of magic.
If we let it out, is that the right call? Do you want bigoted humans yelling about how elves are demons?
Davrin's got a point. World's not short on small-minded humans.
If the world learned about this, and it led to attacks against elves...
Elves have enough trouble as it is down in Ferelden.
We have to tell someone, though. Strife and Irulan, at least.
If I told Thea and Viago, they'd think I was sampling Viago's poison collection. No one will believe us.
Okay. We keep this to people we trust who have good reason to know. No shouting it from the rooftops.
Agreed. The Morn Watch has a great deal of experience keeping dangerous secrets.
So, beyond the world-shaking stuff, what else did we learn here? Solus himself was a spirit.
What kind do you think he was?
Well, his name is Elven for pride.
Oh, okay.
There's something else. Not about spirits, or not all about them at least. Solus didn't want to become a person with a physical body.
Right. He only agreed after Mythal begged him.
Then that's his regret. He wishes he'd never taken physical form.
Maybe, but not just that. Solus was scared. They built their bodies out of lyrium, and it made the ground shake.
Lyrium is the blood of the Titans.
The Titans would have felt it as an attack. They defended themselves.
The first memory we saw, with Elgranon seizing power, it happened at the end of a war.
A war between the Titans and the elves.
Lace, I'm so sorry.
It feels like we still don't have the full picture. But I think that's part of what Solus regrets. He didn't see the danger.
Except he did. He was worried. You said it yourself.
He did it for Mythal. Everything that followed, he could have prevented, if he just told her no.
Then he's got a war on his conscience. Plus, whatever we find next.
Have you created what we need?
With this, the proper ritual will sunder every Titan from its spirit. But you must know those severed dreams will certainly be driven mad. A disembodied blight of pain and anger. It is awful what we're doing.
And the only way to end this war.
Solus made the weapon that killed the Titans. No, not killed. He cut away their dreams and left them broken and mindless. He passed me in the halls of Skyhold for a year. He made polite conversation, and he knew. He knew what he did.
Lace, what my people did to yours, that's unforgivable.
You don't need to apologize.
Well, someone should.
Our leaders attacked the Titans for their lyrium. Then, when the war turned against the elves, our leaders did this.
And when the war was over, they enslaved your ancestors. No. Solus, Mythal, and Elgranon are the ones who need to apologize.
To do such a thing. No wonder regret eats away at Solus.
No, it's worse than that. That isn't what Solus regrets. Those severed dreams will be driven mad. A disembodied blight of pain and anger.
Mierda.
You can't. That's not possible.
When a warden hears the calling, it's like a song in their mind. Sound familiar to you, Lace?
The song of lyrium. Of the Titans.
We think of the Blight as this monstrous force with no mercy, no compassion. Evil incarnate. Instead, it's a caged animal. Mistreated and imprisoned for centuries. Until all it knows is fear.
In all my talks with him, Solus hates the Blight more than anything. Even more than Elgranon. But it wasn't hatred, it was guilt. He knew this could happen, and he still didn't stand up to Mythal and stop it.
Each of these memories has been a deeper regret, and almost all of them involve Mythal.
Only one mural left to uncover by my count. If we find it, we'll see what's worse than this.
I knew that you would find me soon enough. You need the power of a god, the strength that I alone still carry.
The blighted Evanuris will soon break free from their prison. I must make a stronger one that can contain them.
While the prison is important, it is not the only goal you seek.
Why should I not tear down the veil and bring back immortality to all the Elven people? They deserve it.
The Elven people of today do not deserve to see the world they love be torn apart to salve your conscience.
I must fix what I have broken. I am sorry.
As am I, old friend.
Solus killed Mythal? After all that? Is this another memory from a different time?
No. He wore that same outfit in the Inquisition. We knew Solus woke up in this world without most of his power. Now we know how he got it back.
By killing the only other god around and stealing her power.
All that epic magic and godly power. In the end, it comes down to love and murder. Same as always.
All these memories are about Solus being sad that he was right and nobody else could see it. He was right about how becoming elves would lead to war with the Titans, but Mythal wouldn't listen.
He was right that using the dagger on the Titans was evil, but Mythal wouldn't listen.
He was so proud when he imprisoned the other gods. Finally, he got to prove that he was right and they were wrong.
Then he wakes up in our time and finds out he was wrong. The elves have nothing. The Blight's a constant threat.
And Mythal's alive, somehow. But she still won't listen.
But this time, he'll show her. No matter what it takes.
So, how does everything we know help us now?
He's being honest about fighting the Blight. Whatever happens, he won't risk letting it back out into the world.
Agreed. But he has a plan to escape that prison, and not one we'll like.
He turned on Mythal, the one person he was actually loyal to. There's no way he won't turn on us.
He's a spirit, or was once. He might be able to possess someone, affect minds, all the things spirits do.
He created the veil. His very nature is tied to it. That will be a source of strength, but also a potential weakness.
Mythal has him all messed up. Anything about her or Elgarnon is gonna make him angry. Sloppy.
Solus thinks he knows what's best for everyone. Anything he does, he'll do while telling himself he's the hero.
Solus has caused a lot of damage, but he's not like Elgarnon trying to wreck the world to rule it. He's trying to repair the damage he caused, and he knows he's made mistakes. There might be hope for him.
You don't think he'll turn on us?
No, he's totally gonna turn on us. I mean, after that.
You have witnessed the Protector's tale, Dweller, almost to its end.
Almost? How can there be more?
When the mighty fall, their echoes cross the ages. An audience is warranted. Speak with your visitor. She awaits you in the crossroads.
Послание с поля боя, битва за юг. Рук. Хоть обстоятельства нашей встречи были не такими, как нам с тобой хотелось бы, меня радует, что нам удалось встретиться. Разумеется, Варик рассказывал о тебе, да и Хардинг всегда положительно отзывается, но больше прочих меня убедили слова Мориган. Она всегда умела подмечать тех, кто может изменить мир, даже если они сами того пока не осознают. Именно она предложила организовать нашу встречу, и, как всегда, ее совет оказался бесценным. К сожалению, у меня дурные вести. Последствия ритуала Солоса и побег богов повлияли на юг. Все указывает на то, что дело идет к войне. Отколовшаяся фракция аристократов из Орлея объединилась с Винаторией, нападает как на королевскую армию всей страны, так и на крепости на границе Фаралдена. Каперы Антаама мешают поставкам из Оствика, а в диких землях далеко на юге вновь появились скверно. У развалин Астагара блуждают полчаса порождения тьмы. Но я не отказываюсь от обещания, что займусь югом. Я делюсь новостями не чтобы просить помощи, а чтобы напомнить, что ты и твои друзья не одиноки. Боги пробуждают в Тедосе самые страшные и злобные силы, но его жители остаются решительными и непоколебимыми. Расправьтесь с богами на севере, а я разберусь с делами на юге, и когда все закончится, мы выпьем за нашу победу. Первая кружка будет за мой счет. С уважением, Инквизитор.